What's the creepiest thing a roommate ever did to you? I never thought I'd be the kind of person to share a story like this, but here we are. This happened a few years ago, and it's taken me a long time to come to terms with it. I was living in a small town, working a job I didn't particularly like and trying to make ends meet. I had a roommate, Jake, who was a bit of an oddball but seemed harmless enough. We met through a mutual friend, and when I needed someone to split rent with, he was available. At first, everything was fine. Jake kept to himself mostly, spent a lot of time in his room, and had some strange habits like collecting vintage knives and watching crime documentaries late into the night. I chalked it up to personal quirks and didn't think much of it. We had a cordial relationship, shared the occasional meal, and respected each other's space. One night, I came home from work to find Jake in the kitchen, meticulously cleaning one of his knives. He looked up and smiled, but there was something off about it. His eyes didn't match the expression on his face. I felt a chill but dismissed it. Maybe he was just tired. Over the next few weeks, I started noticing odd things. Food would go missing from the fridge, even items I knew Jake didn't eat. I found my bedroom door slightly ajar when I was sure I'd closed it. Once I came home to find my laptop open, even though I always shut it down before leaving. I confronted Jake, but he denied everything, suggesting I was forgetful or paranoid. Then, one evening, I woke up to the sound of footsteps outside my room. I assumed it was Jake going to the bathroom, but the footsteps stopped right outside my door. I held my breath, listening. After a few moments, they retreated. The next morning, I asked Jake if he'd been up during the night. He said no, claiming he slept through the night. I didn't believe him. Feeling uneasy, I decided to set up a small camera in my room, hidden among some books on my shelf. I wanted to catch whoever was entering my room. That night, I went through my usual routine and went to bed. The next day, I reviewed the footage and was horrified. Around 2 a.m., the door slowly creaked open, and Jake stepped inside. He stood there, watching me sleep for several minutes before approaching my desk, rifling through drawers and then leaving. I was shaken. I didn't confront him immediately, fearing his reaction. Instead, I went to the local police station and showed them the footage. They took it seriously and advised me to stay elsewhere while they investigated. I stayed with a friend and waited. A few days later, the police searched our apartment and found a hidden compartment in Jake's closet containing several personal items of mine, including some I hadn't even noticed were missing. They also found detailed notes about my daily routines, work schedule, and even sketches of our apartment layout. It was clear he had been planning something. Jake was arrested and charged with stalking and burglary. During the investigation, it was revealed that he had a history of similar behavior, though none had escalated to this level. He was eventually convicted and sentenced to several years in prison. I moved out of that apartment and took some time off work to recover. The experience left me paranoid and anxious, but therapy helped. I've since relocated and started anew, but I always double-check my locks and trust my instincts. If something feels off, it probably is.